Hi everyone. So today we've got a tiny build challenge, and this is the first time I've ever really done any one of these talking things, but I thought it would have been really great to talk to you guys through how I did this and what I was really trying to go for when making this. So the idea was, once again, I was doing a modern build. Would you be surprised to know that my favorite builds are actually the more older ones? I've actually got a castle that should be coming out quite soon. I'm like behind with like I think at least 7 builds that I have recorded but I have not edited, which is really bad because it's making me ending up with creating more builds that showcase my building skills a little bit better, and then having these other builds backing me up. And so sometimes when I do create builds, it's like it kind of feels like you've gone back, and it's like because it is a build from 2 weeks ago, but I'd rather have this one out. Like, for example, I think recently apart from this, I'm just gonna say I'm releasing this, and I created this yesterday, but I do have a castle build. I do have a high street build. I do have a fashion building build. I have a workplace build. I have like 2 houses that are from like 2 weeks ago, and so on and so on, that I just keep on the back burner because sometimes I need to create the Sims that are now going to be living inside of the houses. And yes, I could just add in a new Sim, but I really do like creating Sims as well. It's just to find that energy to make those Sims. And then sometimes it's just because I haven't actually done the filming things of it, or I haven't done the house tour because it was very annoying when it came to editing when I used to do the screenshots, because doing the screenshots, they always felt like they weren't long enough or too long, or some certain sections needed a longer time. And when it came to editing, it was really convoluted. But with the whole cinematic camera thing, I believe it's, hopefully for you guys, it's a little bit more just entertaining. Yeah, okay. I do hope that a bit more, and I have lost my train of thought. What was I talking about? But yeah, and if my voice does sound a little bit different, that is because I'm using a voice changer just until I build a bit more confidence with my actual voice. And this voice changer might sound a little bit weird just because I have a British accent, but it's gonna make it like somewhat American, so it's gonna be a bit different. But instead of me rambling, let me talk about the build. So it's a modern build, but this time I've put roofing on it because if you saw my other builds, there was a lot of like white flat roofing. Oh yes, that's what I was thinking of. The build I did recently for home hustle chef stuff, that was built more recently than any of the builds that I've currently got backed up, like the palaces and all of that. So that's created like, well, that kind of style of building is a little bit different from that. But you know what? I don't mind if you think that build is a little bit old because it's not my best work. I like the apartment style of it. I love how that ended up coming. But I don't actually like how the cafe area looks. I know I could have done better, but it was like, so it was so awkward with it. And I have this habit, if you've seen, where I'm trying to shove a lot of stuff in a tight space. So if one day in the future games or future updates, we have Sims being able to step over things or understand that just shuffle this over, like it's not a big deal. It's not, that one space is not a big deal. And I don't mind if they like walk into each other for them to be able to do that, because it just feels so bare and empty sometimes. But that's beyond the point. So that, yeah, I feel like I do have another cafe in the workspace that I'm a bit more proud of, which has a lot of CC, so that will be coming out, and that would be best showcasing what I've got. But anyway, let me go back to talking about the build. So I was building this very modern build, but I did roofing like I spoke about. I wanted to do roofing this time beyond just having it as a white flat roof. The white flat roof I normally like to do in Oasis Springs, which is actually a save file of mine. So that's why there's that consistency of having these modern builds there. And there's actually quite a few houses I continued to do that trend with, but then I was like, I don't like it. It's way too big of a surface of a flat roof, and the way it goes, there's not enough dimensions, so it's quite weird. Like that save file, it's like a mixture of a lot of hot countries. That's why I've made it in Oasis Springs. It brings a sense of comfort to me. But in this build, I wanted to do a roof. I don't know why, and I feel like this may have been like my mind remembering something, but I was like, when I was thinking about this, I was thinking, I really want to do this whole, like the roof is coming up in the middle, and you saw it in the beginning if I was actually talking about the build instead of just ranting off. But yeah, it's kind of coming off to the top, and I wish there was another way for me to describe it to you apart from saying it's kind of like the camper in Peppa Pig. So yeah, it adds absolutely no value to the build. It does nothing, but I thought that was really cool, so I added that. And I really enjoyed the whole black and white build, because even though they do a lot of modern builds, the modern builds sometimes have a very neutral white tone when it comes to the interior, but this one had a very monochrome tone. And if you look at my builds, there's not actually quite a lot of monochrome, but one thing you will find as I'm doing it right now in my build is a lot of leaning to the yellower side when it comes to light, and I actually had to force myself not to make the exterior light also a yellow tint, because I find yellow tints within lighting in real life and on The Sims a bit more close to reality. I do get comments that saying this feels so realistic, and I do try sometimes with that in terms of making the lighting of the situation realistic. I think the most unrealistic thing I do with my Sims builds, as I can think of as of late, is the lack of curtains. If you've seen some things, I feel like the curtains, they don't clip on right, and I can make the most extravagant build, cliffs and everything like the Mako Island one, but for me to remove the window, put the curtain on, and then put the window on, no, I don't want to do it. I will literally Alt-9 a flower pot or anything else and do all of these other things that will take me much longer to do than for me to just simply remove the object, place it, and then put the object. I just don't know, for me in my head, it's just like, it makes sense to me. But yeah, so I don't know how people do this. Like, I'm forgetting every single point I've had going on. It's gonna come back to me when I'm editing this and I'm watching this through, and I'm just gonna be like, damn it, what did I do? So what we're doing now is this kind of like an open plan for the bathroom, which I really like. I don't normally do that many open plans. That is a lie. I just lied right then. I do an open plan. Did one for the Mako Island build, which I kind of want to do. Not a reprisal, no. Renovation, no, kind of, yeah. I kind of want to do something a bit more, because I realized after I did it, because I was so lost in the world of, oh my gosh, there's all these rocks. I can mess with all these rocks, so let me do all these. I was in my element. I was like, rocks, yes, okay, let's go. But I completely forgot the element of I'm supposed to be actually making this very similar to Mako, and since Mako Island, of course, is not an actual house. Oh my gosh, we're already going to the house tour. I will continue this in next week's Talk With Me challenge, but for now, enjoy the tour. I am so sorry.